Everyone, welcome to Leona Reacts. I'm gonna be sharing with you all a special verse, scriptures, and I hope you all can enjoy and have a great time. Enjoy this view from Mother Earth have to give us and gift it to us, right? So with that being said, thank you for watching Leona Reacts. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you all for my new subscribers for being part of my channel. And let's continue. Hi everyone, this is Leonor from Leona Reacts. I want to thank you all for being part of my channel. Thank you for all the new subscribers. Thank you for subscribing and watching my videos and my shorts. I'm very thankful for all of you. For my older subscribers, thank you, that have been here since day one, and those that have been here through my journey. And I can't wait to us to grow more as a whole family here in this YouTube channel. And when we started this video, when I started this video, I did that little film in a place where I love that corner. I love walking my daughter's doggy there in that area. It's a place of calmness. It's supposed to be. It's not no more for a lot of reasons. But when it's alone and it's only me and Milo walking, I have a lot of thoughts. And that particular day, I was thinking about judgment. Who are me to judge? Who are you to judge, right? Who are anybody in this world to judge? But we still judge. You know, we still judge. And it's sad because sometimes we judge for the wrong reasons, or on the moment, or because we are not part of that person's life no more. We are judging. And I'm talking about family, friends. It could happen to anybody. Social media, it happens all over the world. And to anyone. To those of you who knows that I love writing and making journals, and I also share the verses from the Bible. So I was reading and writing in my daughter's house, actually. That was like more than 2 weeks ago. And today is the 18th, Friday the 18th. So July, Friday the 18th, 2025. Okay. So I was like, wow. Sometimes we focus on the wrong thing. And we ourselves start motivating ourselves by choosing to judge and just not really learn or get to know somebody. For lots of persons that I know, and for me, it's very hard to trust on people. Like I always say in my videos, and you could look through all of them, it's easy for me to do a video because there's no audience besides my family in my home. Then having you outside this video and just watching it. And I'm sure I'm not the only one that don't feel too good around others, just because that's how uncomfortable some human beings can make you feel. Or lessons or things that you've been in life has transformed you in the personal trustee that you are right now. So I had wrote that they who am I to judge? And what I have learned on that lesson and throughout my lifetime is that we get judged a lot. Maybe because we don't go out much. Maybe because the way we look physically. I think that society got the wrong thing about, it's good to be healthy, I'm not saying no, but it's okay also to love you as you are and work yourself through it. There's this wonderful lady named Cindy, and she does Wealth of Wondering. She has a channel, and she talks about all this, about weight. Okay, and I love what she says and what she does, because she's a human being, a regular person like us, going through it, and you could see her shedding those pounds. And it's good because she don't judge. She's there to lead you and guide you in if you want. And if you're already fit, it's awesome, because she, like she says it on her channel. She says, tell us, what you do. Some people are naturally like that and some people not. Another thing is, physically, not only the way it's an issue, because I go through it. I've been through it all my life too. I've been all sizes. And I love myself who I am today and now, and I always had. But at some point I didn't, but I love me. Just in case, I love me. And it took me a while to understand that I'm not the problem, people are. And I don't care about what their opinion. But some people do care to the point that they will remove themselves to be around even their own family, or will just not even interact with others, not even if they alone do a video, because they feel that they're being humiliated to that point. And then there's others that they could be judged for their jobs, and I've seen that. I think a lot of people that clean don't get the proper credit that they should get. And I'm talking because I did that at one point too. I had all types of jobs. And I was a photographer at once. That was my first job. My second job, I was an assembler for an exclusive 3 lines. They're not sponsoring me. They got nothing to do with me, which is Clinique, Lawrence, and others, and Cody on that time. And what I was doing, they got nothing to do with me. I'm just mentioning them because that's what I was doing in that particular job. And it was wonderful. I loved doing that on that time. And then I did maintenance. I did client service with clients, and had to make sure to fix everything. That was an exclusive store. I also but it was sad when I did the cleaning. We didn't get the proper by others that worked in the medical field, that thought they were bigger than us, even though we were doing the dirty job. And I'm not saying every medical field is the same. I'm talking about my experience. And it was sad because we were looked like, and it wasn't here, it wasn't where I come from. So and then I became a manager and had my employees making sure they know you are worth it. You're cleaning after surgery, you're picking up blood, you doing the biohazard. You have to learn all these skills and what to do to even protect you so not get infected with anything. We had to take hundreds and hundreds of hours of meetings to learn a lot of things that had to do with the dispose of a lot of things that has to do with humans. Yes, all that, the garbage, the cleaning, the disinfectant of a clean room, everything you could think of, that we did. So when I was their manager, I took it upon me to make sure they know they are worth a lot, that you don't need a PhD or whatever to be somebody. You are doing somebody's job, just like when a person cleans somebody's house. Somebody sweeping, mopping, cleaning your toilet, hello. It takes a good person to do this kind of skill. And yes, people get belittled even by doing that. And I know nobody's gonna tell me otherwise, because I've seen it all. I've seen it all with these beautiful hazel eyes. And what else? So there's a lot of things we get judged for. You see, it's not only You get judged on how you even raise your kids, how you even portray yourself. You get judged by not dressing accordingly to what society thinks you should be dressed. And you get pointed fingers because they're like, you know, without them knowing, maybe that person that day is not feeling at her best. And she's on a depression that's taking all her freaking energy away. But guess what? You get judged. And I'm talking about from my experience point of view. I don't know, none of your experience. And maybe, you know, people keep your comments good and positive, because otherwise you get deleted. This is something I'm saying because I know I'm not the only one that sees these. Are you awake yet? Because this is still going on still to this day. And I'm talking about years ago. And still to this day, this of course is gonna happen. Human beings are gonna do what they know how to do best, is sometimes put other people's down. And it's not cool because you don't know that mindset of that person. And that's sad. Even though I'm gonna talk about a verse about the gospel, it's very important to me that you get to know a little bit of everything that us as a person, not only you, others do go through, and that it's okay. It's okay to feel some type of way, and it's okay to stay away if you have to regain all that energy. And but know that you have the power of who you want around you. And if you're being judged, stay away. They're not worth it to be around a good person. They're not worth it to be surrounded and being given the energy that they don't deserve. So I was like, wow, you know, it took me all the way back to all that. That not only if you don't belong to the right religion, if you don't believe on what they believe, you get judged. Well, no, because I don't have to believe in what you believe in. You don't have to believe on who I believe in. And this is something I always express a lot. I love crystals. I love my Lord. I love the highest. I love meditation. I love prosperity. I love good energy. I love the trees, the earth. I love the waters. I love the sea. I love everything that has to do with nature. I love the moon. I love the stars. And I love looking at the sky a lot. My husband often tells me, are you seeing UFO? I'm like, that's not what I'm looking for. I just love looking at 4:30 in the morning, the sky, the moon that still is there, and the calmness of it. And then I know that below it, so many chaos going on earth. And it's at 4:30 in the morning when I'm doing that. But you know, I'm thinking about the whole thing going below that, and I'm like, wow. And how blessed some of us are, and we don't even take advantage of that. And say, wow. You know, a lot of people would love to be you. I will never want to be somebody else. I'm gonna tell you why. You don't know what that person's going through. That person could be smiling and hee ha ha, and let me tell you, it could be the most miserable person on earth. I don't care how much money you got. You know, sometimes that's not even enough. Somebody will not have all that you have, and having the basic is the most happiest person. Why? Because it's enjoying what's bringing life, which is love, kindness, self-love, earth, water, wind, everything that Mother Earth has to offer. So going back to this is the reason to uplift their spirits, you know, not to belittle anybody. We are not perfect either. I'm not perfect, and at some point maybe I did judge, shoot. But realizing how messed up it is when you try to put yourself in somebody else's shoes. Think about it. Put yourself in that person's shoes, but really put yourself in that person's shoes. And put that scenario on your head. How messed up it is to judge that kind of person, you know, especially if that person has been judged in the past, has been belittled in the past, has been bullied in the past, has been through so much. DV, you know what that means. SA, you know what that means, because I cannot mention certain things. Whether you're an adult or a child, that's messed up. So sometimes we judge too quickly. This is why I'm always like this. Alone. I only trust in my space, my family. But when I chose to do these videos, and when I chose to bring the verses, when I chose to once a month give a gift, even if you have it all, I know I'm gonna make somebody happy. Looking through their little bags and what I got from Lena Reacts, just because a little bit of kindness don't take much from you. Once we change our surroundings and when we start uplifting little by little ourselves, we stop looking for the negativity and we start looking to the positivity. And I'm not no expert. I don't have a PhD on nothing. I'm a human being. I'm a mother. I'm a wife. I'm a daughter. The highest daughter. And I always got my ancestors around me. They never will leave my side, because I'm always telling them how thankful I am for what they did, and how my grandmother, great grandmother, and my mother had to be and teach me. And even though it's nowadays, to pass it along to the little ones, the younger than generation, my family, it's great. Whether they want to use it or not, that's on them. We don't give advice just because we get advice, because of what we live through it and we already see it before it's coming. So anyway, going back to the judgment, it's up to you. It's up to you. You got the power to choose, you know. There's so many people here wonderful on YouTube communities, and I say communities because they are different communities within the YouTube. There are different resellers, and I mentioned that one, the first one, which is Cindy. She's wonderful. Is World for Wondering, and she talks about the weight. And she also is a reseller in another page, which is Mimi. I don't remember right now, but she sells vintage and antique items, and it's awesome. She has cool stuff. And also we have Dawn's, and we had Giovanni yesterday. He's a young man that I never been his platform or what's not, but you know, they seem very cool. And we have Becky's. We got the two old guys. They look very, very cool too. I have purchased from them. I will make a video of what I had from them. I don't want to take you off topic, but what I'm trying to mention is there's little if you want a little escape, go to those channels and see. Maybe going to their channels and just being in a, you know, in different well, if you like YouTube and the resellers, they're awesome. You don't have to purchase. Being there and hitting like, subscribing to the channel if you like the channel, it is awesome. And just listening. And through the shots, through the comments, you guys can really see what people talk about and read them and just laugh a little. And we also have the Turtle Shell. She's amazing. Saturdays and Sundays at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. I'm a moderator in her channel. As a moderator, you know, we're there to take out people that try to do something that's not good, and to also share other people's channels when they go in, of course, and participate. And she likes to share even others, even they're not there, because that's who she is. She's a very kind person, so she don't mind. And there's also, we have Karen Montreal. She's she will link whenever she's on. I don't think she has any specific day yet, and she's awesome too. You know, she's from Canada, just like Sharon Strong Minds. She's an amazing lady. I've been with Sharon for a couple of years. So, and we have Tanya Majority Addiction. She has an exquisite taste too. We got ribbon chess. These are jewelry. I'm sharing both. And then we have Cindy loves paper and arts too, that I have shared the first journal that she had made, but this is her second one. And the reason I have the second one here is because that's the one that I call my transformation journal. I'm gonna keep purchasing different journals from these beautiful, wonderful ladies. And you will do great things. Yes, we are going to do great things. We are going to do wonderful things together. And the reason I called this "Who Am I to Judge" video is because we judge too soon. You saw the examples of little things, and maybe some people are going to take it the wrong way. I'm not here to judge. I'm talking about how was I judged. And it's the reason why I'm sharing this. This had nothing to do with anybody out there, with any of you either. This has to do with me, with my personal journey. And it is why I share these videos with you, because if somebody out there is going through the same thing, you're not alone. It happens to a lot of us. And how we deal with it, I deal with it going through the Bible, through the scriptures, and listening to meditation, writing all my thoughts, whether they're good, bad, or ugly. I write them. It helps me when I go back to it after I write, and I'm like, whoa, how sad. And I'm talking about myself, and I'm like, oh my God, how sad. Those episodes you went through. You okay? You here? You today? You survived it. I'm not a victim. I'm another person. And you grow, you grow and you try to teach your children that. Some of them will listen, some of them won't. And yeah, you gotta let them do their own fall. But it's sad because you try not for them to go through that. But anyway, so now I want to share what the scripture says about judging. Okay, the Bible addresses, listen, the Bible addresses judging with a nuanced perspective, while explicitly stating judgment, that you be not judged, or you should not judge because you're going to be judged. That's what it says. And it says that in Matthew 7:1, Luke 6:37. It also emphasizes righteousness, judgment, and righteousness and this is so funny. Discernment. The scriptures also encourages believers to evaluate situations and behaviors, but avoid condemning others or judging based on superficial appearances. Remember, we was talking about that. Like it's some real stuff. Even the way you look, for some people, is like, whoa, well, what you care? Like you don't know. Like, leave them alone. Everybody has their beauty, no matter what. Condemnation is prohibited. The Bible warns against judging others with the same severity one will be judged, and you're not gonna like it when you get judged. In Matthew 7:12, Luke 6:37, do not judge hypocritically. Okay, Jesus criticizes judging others while ignoring one's own flaws, because you're not perfect either. You must have some messed up thing if you've got to be judging people like that. The speck and plank analogy highlights the need for self-reflection before offering connection. Judge righteously. The Bible encourages discerning between good and evil, truth and false, and making judgments based on righteousness principles. Okay, there's good and bad ways to judge. Now, I'm not saying don't do it. I'm not you. Like, you do whatever you want to do. That's up to you. You're the one who's gonna go through the experience, not me. I just want to say, like, just look at it and put yourself in somebody else's shoes or that person's shoes. And you will see how messed up it feels. There's a lot of, if you want, there's judge with mercy too, which is the righteousness, way, maybe, because you could, wow, how beautiful you look today. But be truthful. Don't be telling me I look good and something is wrong. That's another, be yourself, be your true self. That's another thing. Don't be something you're not. That's, when I'm making these videos, my family watches this, my daughter watches this, my niece watches this, my nephew, my grandson watches this, my granddaughter watches this, my son-in-law watches this, my brothers has this, my sisters has this. So I'm not going to be making up stories here because all my cousins watch this and I love you. Blessings to you, Chatty. Marisa, I love you, and that's my niece. And they know what I'm talking about because they see me throughout all their lives. I'm not going to be making up stories here that I haven't gone through just because I want to make the video sake of it. No, I'm making it because I want to be that person that tells you, I've been through it. And I know how it feels, okay? And I've been all sides of, living on a town, what we call the barrio in Spanish. And, and I have lived in all types of different places and then I know how it goes, So judge with mercy. Jesus' teachings emphasizes forgiveness and compassion, suggesting that judgment should be tempered with mercy. Examples of righteous judgments. The Bible provides examples of individuals and groups who were called to make judgments, such as judge in Israel, or leaders tasked with church discipline. God's ultimate judgment. The Bible reminds believers that God is the ultimate judge and that all will be held accountable for their actions. In essence, the Bible does not forbid all judgment, for rather condemns harsh, hypocritical, and condemning judgment while emphasizing the need for righteousness or righteous judgment, discernment, and mercy in specific situations accordingly. Okay, so hopefully I didn't trigger somebody's anger by this, because it got nothing to do with anybody here on YouTube or my personal life right now in this moment. It has to do with all the things I've been through and I've been judged for, and maybe I judge somebody, and this is why I say what I say. I don't think I've judged people like that much. The ones I judged back was the ones that judged me, like, look at you. But anyway, I don't want to be mean. I don't want people to use their meanness and their ugliness to belittle others. We all kind of grown. Like, I'm on my 50. Like, this is not cool. Even if you are in your 20s, 30s, and 40s, this is the good thing to teach your kids about, and your little ones. I'm not saying to let people step all over you either by staying silent, because we all have a voice. Use some. You don't need to curse out a person to let them know what you're thinking. There's plenty of words. You don't need to have a college degree to know how to express yourself when you need to defend yourself. It's good if you have it, and if you don't, we are all humans. The education is within you. It's not what you study in a college. So don't feel bad. A wonderful woman raised me, and she never made it to first grade. And she had a store, built a house, raised 4 kids. Mom, I love you. Understand? Exactly. And learned how to read when she was in her 30s. Okay. And do you know what she learned how to read with? With the scriptures on her own. And guess what? All her kids went to school, graduated, prepared themselves, went to college, still in college. Some of us that are on their 50s, our teachers are in the army, have served, are still serving. We all learned 2 languages, Spanish and English. And this came from a woman that only went to first grade and didn't know how to read. So education don't make you. And she worked all her life. All her life. She knew how to build her house from brick to brick. Okay? She knew how to work for us. Not everything was perfect. There was a lot of flaws. And we all had our own flaws. But I'm giving you an example of that people judge, and you don't even know how strong those people had to be for their kids, for them to become professionals in life. Maybe she didn't become a professional, but her siblings should thankful for them becoming professionals, because thanks to her taking care of them and cooking and stuff like that, they had an education when she had to take care of them, and vice versa. You know what I'm saying? That happened in my family, and that happens to most of us too. So I think this is what I said I had to make this video. Who am I to judge? It has to do with judgment about everything, not just in a specific situation, because even the little things are messed up. We live in the times in 2025 that I thought I wasn't gonna live and see. I think I'm living a movie because I didn't even live that. Other people did in the past, our ancestors. And guess what? In 2025, we're living it. And it's crazy as I'm saying this, because I could see the visions. I could see my vision, seeing all this nasty stuff going out there. So please don't be one of them. Be different, be you, be unique. And I may sound different, and this is me, this is who I am. And relax most of the time. But yes, I was raised by a strong mother. Her opinion was always very strong. And she went through a lot. We saw a lot. We learned a lot. And I just pray that the new generation, are raised differently. Don't pass it down. At least not the nasty ones. So when people don't even want to have kids nowadays, I won't understand them. You know, it's harsh out there. And it's crazy as I'm not saying this, but you know, I just want you to be the best self, the best version of yourself. Let me see how much. We're on 32 minutes and I hope I didn't get cross-eyed. It don't matter. Anyway, so with that being said, thank you, and please watch these other channels and just give it a try. And you know, there's a lot of resellers. This is their jobs. This is what they do. You know, we had Melly from Melly Jewelry Box. We also have Kirsten Red Resell. We have so many wonderful different people here. But the Total Shell, Leslie, Black Dog Vintage, she's amazing. She's every Wednesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. And on Saturdays at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. That's our wonderful vintage and vino time with Leslie, Black Dog Vintage. Guys, we have a lot of beautiful, wonderful people. I'm not mentioning all of them here, but every time I make a video, I'm not a big platform, but I know some of you watching me, and maybe you don't belong to their channels, and you could go over there and subscribe and watch them too, and vice versa, and you could do it for both for you. It don't matter which community you belong to. Oh, Elizabeth, Makeup Zombie, she's wonderful. She's every Sundays at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. You could help her and support her channel. She's been here for a while, for a very long time, and even though she lost her vision, she's still doing what she loves the most with the help of her husband Carlos, selling jewelry, because that's how they could maintain themselves, you know, purchase their own self stuff in the personal life too. So if you can go to her channel every Sundays at 5 p.m. Eastern time, she could gladly tell you her story, and we've seen her from day one. You can watch her old videos. She's amazing, you know, she's funny as heck, and she's been through a lot. You know, she's been through a lot, and watching her videos, you could learn more about her. That's not for me to say, but for me, being an outsider, watching it, even though she loves the vision, she's wonderful. And you guys always seeing her beautiful jewelry here, because I always share her jewelry that I purchased from her. And remember, the last one was about these beautiful square amber, and I buy most of my pearls from her, gold too, and she has all types of jewelry there. You will never know what she's gonna bring, you know. Sometimes she makes pop-up videos, and you guys can watch them too. So please support everybody. You know, you don't have to purchase if you can't afford it. And if you can afford it, well, fine. I mean, you're not obligated to purchase from anybody. Everybody's here to, you know, it's become more than that. I think at some point it was that. And yes, of course, they depend on you purchasing, of course. They're not here just, you know, oh, just to be there. That's their job. That's what they do. This is why everything has to be respected. Nobody is here to take nobody's place. There's plenty of people to go to everybody's channels and purchase from different ones. You purchase what you like. We got journals by Isby, Cindy. We got butter roll. Those are the new channels that I'm exploring, guys, and they're amazing. The two of guys, we got Becky's, we got Dawn's. Little by little, I'm gonna learn their Mama Juju. I love it. Every time she sees my name, she's like, Leonor. You know, that's what I'm saying. You know, and they don't know me. You know, but you know what? You could feel energy, and you go through that. And anyway, thank you for watching Leonor Reacts, guys. I hope you have a blessed week, day, year. And if you're not, man, if you need to kneel, just go down and go on your knees. If you believe in what you believe in, please, whatever you believe in, go through your faith, go through what you believe, your spirituality. Nobody can take that away from you. You be you, you do what makes you feel good and what you love and believe in. That's your right as a human being. Okay? Don't let nobody choose for you. So with that being said, my daughter just woke up. So thank you for watching Leonor Reacts. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.